Hey, so I think I finally got this figured out a bit. I'm gonna start off all my videos moving forward just talking about my diagnosis and what's going on with it. And if you're following the entire journey, you'll see what steps have been taken and how we're doing it. And then I'll go into more of my personal stuff afterwards. And I feel like because that a lot of people are finding me through looking up ACC or Cushing's, and that's a very important piece. That's kind of why I started it, is because a lot of the people that I looked up have kind of a negative view of things, and I wanted to change that. I don't think that just because of everything that's happened and because you get stuck with something that you have to accept it the way it is and allow it to control your life. You can always take your life back and do what you want to do with it and just make the best of it. And that's what I've done and continue to do so. So let's just jump right into that. So today I had a telehealth visit with one of my doctors in Seattle. And that went really, really well. They were excited to find out that I'm not having a lot of side effects from the chemo. It just went through me and did its job, and I'm feeling probably better than I was. One of the things that we did go over is like the edema and swelling in my legs and how bad that has been with my lower, in my calves, my ankles and my feet, and they're a little worried about that. So we're looking at possibly doing a water pill, which is hilarious to me because of how much I have to pee all the time. It's because the tumor is right above my adrenal gland, right by my kidney. So man, I tell you what, when I am probably the worst person to ever take on a road trip because I'm stopping at every rest stop. I'm stopping at a bunch of gas stations, and if I'm out trying to do anything, chances are really high that I've got to stop somewhere. And it's the worst part about it is that I never feel like, and it doesn't matter how long I've been there, and I could be peeing constant for like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. It doesn't matter. I could be there for a while and then still feel like my bladder isn't empty. It's just a lot. There's a lot going on with that. And so having a water pill, which will help push out all the excess liquids that are still stuck in my legs, is like, well, okay, I'll try it because you're recommending it, but man, how much more can I pee in a day? It's a lot. I have to wake up every night. And that's kind of the part they want to address, is me having to get up every evening because, I haven't gotten 8 hours of straight sleep in who knows how long. I usually get around 4 before I have to go to the bathroom, and then another 4 afterwards. And I mean, ultimately the goal is to be able to sleep more so that my body can heal and fight the ACC, fight the Cushing's. And now that I'm on the medicine for all of it, which is amazing that I was even able to get that, it's a huge blessing. And if you're following along, the big one, the one that's supposed to help with lowering the cortisol so that I can function as a normal human being without the enraged pendulum mood swings that come, and just, sorry, not enraged, but the intense mood swings that come with it are just, please, yes, I would like to have that. That medicine is 18 grand a month. And the fact is that when it did get approved, and it took a long time to get approved, when it finally was, we had to find somebody who has it in stock because it's not carried. It's rare. It's not something that they use for almost anything else. So it's not easily available. You would think for that price, it wouldn't be that hard to find. Somebody wants to sell it. Somebody wants to make that money off of it. You would think it'd be ridiculously easy, but it wasn't. And it took weeks to find a supplier. And I had doctors in Spokane and doctors in Seattle all looking for it. And Spokane beat Seattle and made it happen, which was awesome. So really stoked with that. I was able to get through our telehealth and having that drug, and it's the only side effect I've really had from any of the medication since I started chemo. Because when I went to chemo, that's when I started getting on a new medication regimen with all of the stuff that Seattle gave me at the Fred Hutch Institute. One of the steroids, it's a shot, and I took it at night, and then I was up all night. I was adrenaline jacked, just let's go, roar. That was it. So I decided to take that in the mornings, and since then, I've been great. The issues that I'm facing right now are the swelling in the bottom of my legs and the pain, and not really pain, but just the lack of muscle. I just feel like I'm weak from the waist down to my feet, and it's just, that used to be my strongest area, and now it's hard. It's getting harder to walk, pick things up, things like that, and I'm trying to counteract that with getting on a regular workout routine, and my wife's going to help me with that. Today we finished setting up a room in our home where we can set up some workout equipment and start working on that. Still losing weight, man. I am losing weight like you wouldn't believe, because she has me on the best diet. That woman has taken care of me like you wouldn't believe. She is the most amazing thing on this planet. But diet has been everything, and that has been a huge, huge help. Losing the weight, and with losing the muscle mass and the strength of my legs, not having the extra 64 pounds I've lost since Thanksgiving right now, that's a godsend, man. I've gone from being a 3X down to an XL. That's not something I ever thought I'd see. 52 in the waist down to 38. I can't even shop in the big men's shop anymore. I don't fit. I'm in regular people sizes. Can't call me big and tall anymore. I'm not there. And that is a really good feeling, something I haven't had in a very, very long time. And I credit all that to my wife. That woman loves me like you wouldn't believe. And I am literally the luckiest guy alive. The family I have, the support system I have within that family is just great. Now, does that mean that I'm not in it to have more people around me? No, man, I'm here for it. I'm here to be your support system if you're going through this. If you need somebody to help you and talk you up, I will do that. I will tell you that everything is possible, and I will tell you how I'm doing it, and I will share that with you, and I'm going to keep sharing it on this channel. Like, there is so much you can learn. A lot of it is through what you consume, what you eat, what you drink. That matters a lot. There are huge differences in my life when I changed all of that. And boy, cancer set me free. It set me free. I was living my life in a way that it never should have been before I met my wife. Even after I met my wife. Even after I was with my wife. Before we were married, I wasn't living right. Then I had to face some hard truths. And I had to change my life. And I did. I did everything I could, and it took 2 years of that change. 3 years. Almost. Of that change to get her to finally believe that I was worthy of being her husband. And I had to earn that. I earned that, man. But it wasn't until I got this quote unquote death sentence that I was able to fully commit to everything. Changing my body, my mind, my soul, everything. And realizing how important everything in this world is around me. And that I don't want to lose it. I don't want to miss any days. I don't want to miss an hour. I don't want to miss a minute. Brother, I tell you, things are sweeter. The roses smell better. That touch of the person who loves you is so much more magical. When you know you're doing the right thing and you're willing to accept it and take it in deeply and just enjoy it. We all have a ticking clock. Sometimes you have stuff that move the hands up further. And it makes you realize that there are things that are more important than the things that you worry about. You ain't gotta sit there and be stressed out all the time. You can just live. I was watching a different video today, and they were talking about the way they work and the difference between working like a 9 to 5 where you gotta clock in because you're responsible and you gotta be there. You committed to people, and this is your time frame that you gotta work, and you're working. And then you have when you're not working. You have your weekend or you have your evenings. You call that your free time. All my time is free. I don't let anybody control that. I control that. And when you get to that point, you realize that you don't have to allow somebody else to tell you when your time is free. You can live, and you can live really well. We don't have a lot. We don't do a lot, but our time is free. The one thing that we do have in abundance in this household is love. There is love going all through this home. And that's a feeling that you can't change. You could change it, but you can't. You can't ever let it go. Once you got it, you got to hold on to it, man. You got to work for it. And it is something that is worth working for. It's something worth fighting for. It's something worth doing every day. My wife and I were talking, and she said that she doesn't understand how I do it. But I wake up every day, positive, ready to go. Let's go. Let's go, baby. I got you. Can I go make coffee for you? Let me get it ready. Let's have an amazing day. We're going to go out there and we are going to do anything we want to do, and we're going to have an amazing ass day. Some days it doesn't happen. Some days those days aren't so amazing. but they're the best ones we can have. And we take advantage of that. And I hope that you're doing that in your life at least one day a week. Just wake up happy, because you never know if you're not gonna. That's what makes me wake up good every day. I know my time is free for me. There's nobody gonna tell me I'm not chained to anything. I'm the bear. I'll roam where I want to roam. Gonna make the best of each day. I'm a happy ass bear. You have no idea. Man, when my life changed and I was able to just be able to see what the bigger picture is. It's not about things. It's not about what you can do. It's not about just doing things for yourself. Because I had that selfish mindset, man. I was all about me all the time, and nothing else mattered. I got a lot of people to think that everything else mattered. I had a lot of people thinking that they mattered to me. And I was a bad, bad person, man. I did a lot of things wrong by a lot of people. Some of that I have regrets on. Am I gonna make them right? Probably not. If I'm being honest. I don't have time or the ambition. Am I sorry? Maybe a little, but I don't have time to be sorry. I'm living today. I'm not living in the past. What I did then was somebody who wasn't me who I am now. And me who I am now is focused on today and tomorrow. I don't have time to reminisce. I don't have time to think about the past and deal with it and deal with the people that I may have hurt or not hurt or any of that. Like, I gotta focus on today, focus on my family, and focus on who I am. And I'm just the best version of me that I can be every day. So with that, I hope you have time to make yourself free time as much as you can. Because when you have that freedom, you have the freedom to love, the freedom to live, and the freedom to just be there and enjoy what you enjoy. When you don't care about what other people think about you, that's when you're truly free and you can just enjoy your time. I'm gonna share with you one more special moment and then I'm gonna be done for the day. But if you watched my previous video, I got to kiss my youngest son on the cheek the other day, and it was because of a friend of my wife's that asked me to. And so tonight we started a new ritual in our home where for 30 minutes before bed I am reading a book, because the author is coming to town and I wanted to check his stuff out. It sounded interesting. It's like set up in like the Lord of the Rings type of settings, but this person's opening a coffee shop. And so I thought that would be fun because I was kind of into that fantasy stuff, and now we drink only coffee and tea. And so in this setting, it sounds really good. But when I read, especially to my 9-year-old, we go over and if there's big words I explain, or he'll ask and he feels good about that. But I do voices while I'm reading, and I do my best to try and make them entertaining. And he was laughing and enjoying it. And then afterwards, when we were talking, and he comes over to hug me goodnight, he goes, "By the way, did she message you again and tell you you're supposed to kiss me on the cheek?" I'm like, just like, man, that was the best feeling. I'm like, this boy wants it. And so I kissed him on the cheek. And he usually, if he's gonna call me dad, it's not in front of his mom. Like, he's a little embarrassed, I don't know. But he went full force tonight. And as he's going to bed, it's, "I love you, Dad. I love you, Mom." And that was an amazing feeling. That's living, man. That is living. That is living free. I appreciate all of you who have watched this and who've been here. And I know there's at least 3 people who are going to enjoy this, and they live under this roof. Sorry, 4, because I enjoy doing it. I enjoy getting all this off my chest. I enjoy talking to it, and it looks like I'm just talking to myself, but I am my biggest fan right now. I'm cheerleading right behind myself, just telling myself I can do this. Because for the first time in my life, I can love myself, man. That is a beautiful man in that photo right there, or in the video. And I used to think the worst things of myself. And I was right. There were times when I was that bad person. But having somebody else believe in you and love you the way you should have been loving yourself the whole time changes your perspective. So yeah.